Welcome to my channel. My name is Bryce, and together we'll change the world. Um, the mission of this channel is to help create a world that has better disagreements. The first half of this video will be me discussing this mission further and like my motivations and philosophy. Then I'll go on over a bit of background about me before wrapping up. So my main motivation is that I'm unimpressed and bothered by the standard of evidence and conversation that seems to be the norm in online discourse today. And I watch a lot of different content from different sides of like this, like arguments on in science and politics and conspiracy debates. And it's shocking to me how people whose arguments that I see as like patently unconvincing and ill supported somehow still draw so much attention and admiration, and I guess I'm just foolish enough to think that I might be able to do better, to model that for the world and adjust my model as the world gives me feedback, sort of as like an iterative process, until we've raised all boats and the epistemic standards of the culture are in a better place. Contributing to that by no means so I think I can do that alone. Now, the topics I'll probably cover, as I do that, at first are probably going to be more related to science and science communication. They'll all fan out over time as well. Now, in terms of what good epistemic standards are, for us as audience members, what I see them as, I think first we need to view our opinions as existing on a spectrum of certainty slash confidence in a particular belief, as opposed to like a binary believe or don't believe. So I think that's sort of like foundational. But then second would be that that confidence should be proportional to the strength of our justification. And three, that shifts in that level of certainty need to be proportional to, and this is as audience members, it needs to be proportional to honest signals of how strong another person's justification is. I mean, over time, I'll learn more and I'll get into what that means. Honestly, I'm not really 100% sure what those honest signals are at this point. It's sort of an open-ended process for me. And I mean, I can speculate, but on this channel, I think I want to do a more rigorous job of figuring out what those are. And I also want to appreciate that the standards for communication are different in different contexts. And there'll be more I learn and synthesize in this as time goes on. But a very simple framework that I've been thinking about lately are the different goals of a person's content and what the standards for communication should be depending on what those goals are. And so, there are, broadly speaking, this framework I've been thinking about, there are three kinds of goals that a person can have for content. One is to entertain, another is to educate, and then another is to activate. And I think that we should think about the standards of communication differently, probably in these three different contexts, and both depending on what the person is aiming to do, and then also what their content ends up doing. It's all well and good if somebody's aiming to entertain, but if they end up being a force for political activism, then the standards for communication will differ there, no matter what their stated aim is. And for any channel, for any piece of content, there's definitely an extent to which all three of those are involved, and that's true for us here as well. Though I think as I stabilize the identity for this channel, we'll be tunneling towards more the educate, activate goals, with a side of entertainment, to the extent that I want the content to be as highly engaging as it can, while prioritizing the channel's mission. And of course, having highly engaging content is straightforwardly going to be important for the channel's mission. So um, that's how I'm thinking about. A little bit more about me, though. So my initial education has been in exercise nutrition science and dietetics. I'm most of the way through my education in biostatistics now as well. My biggest interest areas are going to be topics like health statistics, epistemology. I've got quite an interest in the moment about epistemology of like health conspiracies and like pseudoscience. Like what is it that makes people believe that? Um, I'm interested in topics relating to secular Buddhism, like free will, meditation, the self or lack thereof, um, online communication, politics, etc. So, in terms of the content type that you can expect from me in the channel, it'll be a variation or a variety of things. Um, so scripted, live content, sort of maybe some interviews, and I'll probably also integrate some more casual material as well. So things related to my personal goals. For instance, I'm trying to lose weight, become more athletic, and just live a healthier lifestyle. So I might document that process as it goes as well. Overall, I just like to work together with everyone interested to shift the epistemic, the knowledge norms for online discourse, just so we all get higher quality, more honest and transparent conversations. My very high level roadmap for this right now, we're in early days, is to identify the first, identify the honest signals of a sufficient justification for a belief, and to include in this how this might change with context. Two, become skilled at modeling that type of honest communication myself. Three, create community that incentivizes others to adopt and iterate. And then four is scale up the impact and to help change the world. So if you want to help me make this a reality and be a part of this journey, please like and subscribe. And call to action, comment down below which online science or political communicators you think have the best epistemic standards, that is standards for knowledge, and or the best, who are the best at modeling those epistemic standards in how they communicate.